Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD StarCraft, and I'm proud to bring you guys the finals of the Grand Finals from MSI's tournament. Dignitas Killer is going to be the Yellow Zerg spawning at the 4 o'clock position on Belshire Beach. And his opponent is MVP Tails, the Orange Protoss on the left-hand side. He is going to be spawning at the 10:30, 11 o'clock position. Now, I put extra emphasis on Belshire Beach because remember, the last game went in favor of MVP Tails, and loser picks the next map, and guess what? When you're Zerg, you pick Belshire Beach if it's in the map pool, and this could not be a better map for Killer. Will the Peruvian Zerg win it all here today against Tails or not? Everything's going for him right now. This is a perfect map for him. Although he lost the last game and he lost a little bit of momentum, man, it is 2-2 right now, and all he has to do is take this final last game. There are many avenues that Zerg can take on this map, and I honestly feel like if there's a map where you're going to all in as Protoss, hey, you're going to all in on this map. Tails is the master of all-inning Zerg so far, so I would expect something crazy. He might go for the old school 4-gate. He might go for that 2-base 7-gate +2 weapon stalker timing attack with Blink, the all-in, or I don't know what he could do. DTs, he could go double Stargate. I really do not think MVP Tails would play a straight-up macro game on this map. It is damn near impossible to hold the third Nexus as is already. Look at how wide open it is. Look at how wide open the map is. Like I said, it is a Zerg paradise here. This is where you go if you're a Zergling, you want to take a vacation to the Bahamas. And I don't know, man, this is going to be tough for Tails. He'll most likely resort to one of his all-in tactics here. Gets his probe scout inside the main base, gets information that he needs to get, but nothing too huge. He's going to try to bother the drones just a little bit, but will immediately be warded away by one of the economically mining drones. And here comes one of the drones about to build a hatchery. Killer gonna go for that macro style. I don't think Killer will go for the all-in. I would imagine he's just gonna play the straight up conventional game style and absorb the Protoss attack. But what Killer needs to be very careful about is making sure that he gets in with his Overlord scouts. And one other thing about this map, it is so easy to get Overlord scouts in. You can park an Overlord here for days. You can get behind the Protoss base and get in there from any angle you want. You can come in from the south side as well. You can come in from the east. And so it's very hard for Protoss to hide tech on this map, which makes it even more difficult now that the Overlords have been fitted on with the turbo boost thingy, snail. So the Overlords are very fast right now, and it's very difficult for Protoss to hide anything, in fact, on this map. So we'll just have to see what happens as the hatchery is about to plop down for Dignitas Killer. And meanwhile, at the front door, MVP Tails has the gateway up, has a photon cannon in the background, will most likely try to seal that off with some sort of unit, has 2 gases coming on the first and the second. It's pretty important right now, I think, for the Zerg player to go ahead and make sure he gets his Overlords in position. He wants to park them outside the Protoss main base so that he can get in there and scout on demand. He needs to know what's going on right now. He's also sicking 2 of his Zergling dogs on the probes, and that on the scouting probes, and that's very important. He doesn't want to let any pylons get up in any positions whatsoever. Has to keep the pylons down so that he can safely expand and not have to worry about a quick attack from those pylon locations. There comes the third hatchery right now for Dignitas Killer. I do apologize, it's kind of dwindling down a little bit in energy. Has been casting for literally 4 or 5 hours straight here, guys, but it has been an amazing night. It is very, very hot, but it's starting to cool down a little bit, so I'm getting a little better here, I think. Hopefully I don't get like a heat stroke or something like that. That'd be terrible. But ouch, Zergling, or Scantipede? Scantipede, yes, gets obliterated by the photon cannon at the front door as the Zealot seals off the hole. It's funny that that little ragtag little tent right there does a better job of of walling off than any of these Protoss infrastructure. That is an invulnerable tent, so any Zergs that try to force their way in can't attack that. It is a doodad. And so far, just waiting to see what route Tails goes for. Will he go for the all-in? And if he does, which way will he go? Will it be the 7-gate or not? Will it be some kind of crazy quick tech to DTs? He is adding a 3rd and 4th gas. So because he grabs the 3rd and 4th gas, and of course the Overlord does see it, I'm less inclined, you know, usually as a Zerg player you see the 3rd and 4th gas, like I said before. That means Protoss will probably be going for the tech, will be going for a macro game, but I know just as much as Killer knows that not everything is what it may seem. And there it is, a Stargate is coming. Now it's just one Stargate, so it's nothing too peculiar. A lot of Protosses do love getting an initial Stargate just to control the skies. And we'll see if he decides to throw down like a second Stargate or something like that, because that's when things will get a little hairy. But for now, just one Stargate. Killer doesn't know about the Stargate yet, but he is probably playing extra wary. And there it is, double Stargate. There it is. One Overlord gets in and scouts a single Stargate. So for now, I love what Tails has done. He's split the Stargates off so no one single Overlord can see what's going on. But for now, Killer sees the Stargate and he's thinking, okay, that's one Stargate. But does he know there's a second Stargate coming up right now? If he does not scout this out, he could quickly find himself under attack by a bunch of Void Rays. And now look at the double sentries, getting themselves in position to prevent the Overlord from scouting over that secondary Stargate. And this is the cheese that I was waiting to see Tails go for, and I'm sure it's cheese, because I think what Tails is going to do here is save up a bunch of Void Rays under the Chrono Boost and then just go for it. He's going to go for everything he can go for and try to end the game with mass Void Ray, Phoenix, or whatever ground units he can muster. That's got to be his strategy right now, and he's done a pretty good job of making sure the other Overlord does not scout the Stargate, but this Overlord's coming in from the south side, and I think it's going to see the Void Ray. It will... No! Nice control by MVP Tails. He pulls the Void Ray at the way the last second, and now he's got to kill off this Overlord. Cannot let it scout the Stargate to the right. The Void Ray comes in from the bottom left, but that doesn't really reveal anything. That doesn't say, oh my god, it's double Stargate, because remember, Killer did see one of the Stargates already. So here we go. One Void Ray making its way across the field. But does Killer know? Does Killer know to get a lot of anti-air right now? He needs Infestors, or a lot of Queens, or a lot of Spore Crawlers. Otherwise, he can be in a lot of trouble here. I mean, he's got to have an inkling. This is the first time Tails has gone Stargate in this set, and it is a double Stargate indeed. I mean, it can't be anything else. Killer's got to realize it, man, but he has not confirmed with any Overlord or any Scout as of yet, and the Void Ray numbers are building. There's 3 Void Rays now on the field, with 2 more on the way. Protoss Air Weapons level 2, or level 1 coming out. Oh, this is so nasty, and here comes the Gateway Backbone to support the Void Rays. Oh man, Tails is going to come in with the all-in, and will Killer be prepared for this? He needs Infestors right now. He needs to drop the Infestation Pit, but he doesn't have it coming quite yet. He's just playing this game as if it was the Protoss playing the one Stargate Expand style into the third expansion is what I'm trying to say. But you know what? Killer has a Zergling here, so he should know at this point, as the game continues to go on, he should start to feel something isn't right here. There is no third Nexus, and at some point it's got to click in Killer's head. All right, it's an all-in. It's the map, the lack of the third Nexus, it's got to be an all-in, and here comes Tails. He's preparing with everything that he's got, sending all of his Void Rays, all of his ground troops. He needs to bring over a pylon to get a proxy pylon up, and there comes a proxy pylon. And it looks like the Creep Tumors might be able to see these forces. No, they will not. Not yet, but they do see one Void Ray. And so for now, will Killer, this is the final game of the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Will Killer have enough Queens? He has actually 5 Queens, 6 Queens on the field. So I think he might actually have enough Queens to hold this off, and a Spore Crawler. I think Killer is well prepared for this, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna try to go for a flank on that pylon. But does he have enough ground troops? Yeah, there's a lot of Roaches down south as well. They are gonna get force fielded off. Will Killer have enough to hold this off? Tails has to focus down the Queens first, and he's trying to do just that right now. The Void Rays are not charged up, but the Transfuse drops on the Queens, keeping the Queens alive for as long as possible. There are still 4 Void Rays alive, 5 Void Rays alive, Roaches and Queens coming around the backside, and now it's just going to come down to, will there be enough anti-air for Dignitas Killer to hold off the Void Rays or not? Basically, Killer has killed off the ground troops with his Roaches, but he doesn't have enough anti-air to hold off the 5 Void Rays, and so now we actually could have a base race on our hands in this last game of the final set. The hatchery has gone down. MVP Tails needs to quickly eradicate as many buildings as possible. I would even say go for the Roach Horn if you can, but you know, the problem is, in a base race scenario, the Zerg can continue to throw down Spore Crawlers and build more Queens. They can even get a Hydra Den, as we see coming up right now. And what can the Protoss do about the Roach counterattack? It's very hard to stop this with just purely gateway units. And oh wow, even the Queens are coming in as well. So I think that Tails is going to lose this game, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot hope to win a base race against Zerg when there's Roaches against Void Rays, and Void Rays can be easily stopped by just a wall of Spore Crawlers or even Hydras, and we have 6 Hydras on the way right now. But Tails has not given up hope yet. He's going to try to blow up as many buildings as he possibly can. It looks like his probes trying to evacuate out of the base, but are going to be easily taken out by the Zerglings and Roaches giving chase. And yeah, that's going to be it for MVB Tails, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Dignitas Killer will be your champion here for the MSI tournament. And just waiting moments here for the GG. There it is, and Tails calls surrender. What a spectacular day of casting for me. I hope you guys all enjoyed out there on the live stream, and I hope you guys all enjoy out there on YouTube. I'm absolutely exhausted and drained right now, so I'm going to take my bow and make my leave. I hope you guys all enjoyed. This is HD StarCraft signing out. Make sure to check me out on YouTube at youtube.com/HDStarCraft. Peace.